And let's say good morning to our orange Kofim group.
Good morning.
And then the green group. Good morning. So today we will do our morning meeting. Should we start the good morning song first?
Oh yes,
Okay.
definitely. My friends look ready.
Ready? 1, 2, go. Good morning, ya la 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 la. Good morning, ya la 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 la. Happy Monday, ya la 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 la. Happy Monday, ya la 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 la. What else we can say today about the good morning?
Well, today's Monday and it's snowing.
Yay!
Happy snowing.
Kofim, look outside and see there is snowing now.
We can all go out later. Yay! All right, here we go.
Happy snowy flakes, ya la 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 la. Happy snowy flakes, ya la 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 la. Now what else we can do? We did Happy Monday, Happy Snowflakes. What else we can do today?
Well, usually on Monday we have music. So we could say Happy Music Day.
That's a great idea. What do you think, Kofim? Yay! Happy Music Day, ya la 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 la. Happy Music Day, ya la 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 la. Good job. So now our Circle Time Claire has a story. But before story, I think we have to take some deep breathing to calm us down, right? So
Yes.
we can listen to Claire better. So let's do 3 breathing. Doggy breathing,
Okay.
kitty breathing, and bees breathing.
Okay.
Right? So everyone will do 3 times. Okay? Kofim?
Okay.
Breathe in. Second one. Now we did the doggy one. Next, what we do?
Meow.
Who does meow?
Kitty cats.
Oh, then let's do the meow for 3 times. Meow. 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 And now do you remember the last one? We did doggy, kitty, and the last one?
About them bees.
Oh, let's do the bees breathing. Sting me. Sting me. The last one. Sting me. Wow, I feel so calm now already, Claire. Do you have a story, special story for us?
Yes, I found
Okay.
this fun story called The True Story of the 3 Little Pigs. Now, some of you might know the story of the 3 Little Pigs. Well, so let's see if this one is the same or if it's different. Let's see. Everybody knows the story of the 3 Little Pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault. Wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. But I like saying the big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Whoa, Way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. So, I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house of straw? So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone else's house, so I called, "Little pig, little pig, are you in?" No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar from my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed a great sneeze. Oh my goodness. And you know what? The whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been there home the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the doorbell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in?" He yelled back, "Go away, Wolf, you can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin." I just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed, and I snuffed, and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. Well, when the dust cleared, there was a second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now, you know, food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better, and I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in?" And you know what that rude little porker answered? "Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again." That wasn't very nice. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he couldn't give me even one little cup for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig! I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake. Well, I felt my cold coming on, and I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, "And your old granny can sit on a pin!" Ah! Well, now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down the pig's door. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as they say, is history. The news reporters found out about the two big pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting, so they jazzed up the story with all of that, huff and puff and blow your house down. And they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. The real story, I was framed. But maybe you could lend me a cup of sugar. The end.
Nice job,
Yay.
Claire. Very nice job.
That's a different story. But that was what the wolf thought. And that's okay.
Bye, Kofim.
Bye, friends.
We'll see
Good
you
to see
Wednesday.
you.
We'll see you on Wednesday morning.
Yep, Wednesday mornings, 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Zoom in.
Zoom in. I love that.